Hey everyone, Frugal Panda here. Let's do an update on Portland. So the first time I went to Portland, it was more so for vacation. We were supposed to go overseas. COVID hit. It was like mid-March. And she knew I'd always talked about going and checking out Portland as an in-country place to go. So we went there, really liked it. I really liked it. It was an accidental trip. We were supposed to go to Singapore and Malaysia. So it was a big difference between going there and, going to an American city. Anyway, this time I went, we drove around, we did stuff like that, but it's more so touristy type of things. This time when I went, I spent a couple of days there. It was myself. So I made sure I went and checked out certain areas. Now I didn't have the bike. I had the bike with me, but I want to say it was after I had the issue at the beach. So it wasn't riding a bike. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have rented some of the bikes they had there because I did that in Seattle and I actually had a blast riding those little bikes around the city. Anyway, so I walked around, went to all different areas. Portland, someone that commented or emailed me, did a personal comment to me about, oh, Portland burned down, this and that. Oh my God, where are these people getting this information from? And I already told the person I'd been there on 3 different occasions all last year during everything that was going on, and Portland was functioning. That whole area, where the issue was around the federal building. So I didn't know what they were talking about. It was obviously someone that didn't travel, that was just talking about whatever they saw somewhere on social media. So anyway, went back, I checked out Nob Hill. I love the Nob Hill area. I really do. I think that is a very, very cool area. Would I be able to buy a house there? I think I looked and I saw a couple, possibly. But if it was me, if we were moving, because my son is 13, so in a few years he's going to be 18 years old, so he'll move with us or whatever, but there's a potential we don't want a house. I've talked to her about it, and I said, maybe a townhome, a condo, because I'm not getting any younger, and I like houses, but I get tired of them too, all the upkeep and all that. The reality is I just want to, I'd rather have a place that's nice, secure. You can hop outside and, hop on your bike or hop in your car and go down the street to some cool coffee shop or cool little eatery or just shop right there. You're right there in the heart of wherever you want to be. So anyway, getting back there, Nob Hill area is awesome. Homeless population area, didn't see that many of them. I'm guessing Portland has a certain area now they're setting up. I can't remember the area it was in where I saw where they were set up. But I'm pretty sure they're telling people the same as they're doing in Denver. We have a homeless population issue too. You guys can camp in certain areas. So they have certain areas, I'm guessing, in parks, things like that. Nob Hill, my only issue with Portland, and it has nothing to do with Portland, was I went in the middle of a heat wave. So it was 90, one day I was walking around, I want to say it was 95 to 97 degrees outside. And you guys have a touch of humidity because people don't know this, but in Denver area, it gets in the 90s here too. And that's not a heat wave, that's a lot of times. But there's a touch of humidity in it, which makes it even worse. But I still went around, I still walked around, I still went different places, I ate at different places, people were friendly. Nob Hill was an awesome area, beautiful houses. I saw some cool condos, like smaller size condos, like, not that many units, maybe 8 max type ones right in the heart of the city. Some looked like they had knocked down a house and put up like, maybe 4 to 6 of them right there type of thing, but they weren't like huge ones where I was at. I went to other areas. Portland is on point with their parks. They have awesome parks. I went to Forest Park, which is on the outskirts. I want to say the outskirts, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's more closer to St. John's neighborhood. And I want to say they have like 80 miles of trail. So I walked around there. Like I said, Portland's a beautiful city. There's summers. They have some of the, besides the heat wave, they have some of the best summers, I think, out of any place I've went in the US, including like Colorado. We have beautiful ones too, but we get heat in the 90s all the time. I just was unlucky enough. I've been there when it's not been that hot too. So another neighborhood I really liked was St. John's neighborhood. Oh, let's go back real quick. Diversity, because someone would say something, well, what about diversity? Actually, I saw a lot of diversity. When I was by myself and I was actually just looking around and doing different things, I saw so many different people. Yes, is it going to be huge percentages? No, but I never personally ever felt out of place. There was no stairs. It's not that type of city. This is a highly educated city. Same as Denver. People don't know Denver 40 to 50% of our population has a minimum of a bachelor's degree. So you're not in a place where you're gonna, so people of color, you know, people from other places, you're not in a place where if you're in Portland or somewhere, you're gonna walk into a restaurant and everyone stops eating and looks at you type of thing. It's not gonna happen there. These are educated people. These are people that don't wanna be like that type of things. And I've traveled a lot of places in this country. I'm 40 some years old in this country, and out of this country, I can tell you, and I could actually name places really fast, including Indiana, where I grew up partly, and I used to go back to all the time. That you can get that vibe depending on where you go outside of the cities. I can't speak on the east side of Oregon. I only stop in it sometimes here and there going through. Like I said, it reminds me of Idaho. Kinda. It's kind of got an Idaho vibe to it. Smaller town, Idaho, which is neither here nor there. It's just how it is. I'm just saying. So as far as that, if anyone's curious about the diversity of being there in the city, there was no issues. There was nothing. I felt so comfortable there, and I felt comfortable every time I went there. This was nothing new. So Nob Hill's your more upscale area and more near downtown Portland. So go there, go check it out. It's cool. Another neighborhood I really like. There's other neighborhoods I like, but ones that just stick in my memory. St. John's. I like St. John's area, and looks like they were renovating a lot of their little down. They have their own little downtown area with the eateries, almost like a mini Nob Hill, but they're putting money into it, and it's getting some work on it because it's a little more ran down. And I'm not saying it in a negative manner. I'm just saying that they're putting money into it. It's not like Nob Hill. Nob Hill is like, you know, everything's, yeah, you know, but you can tell they're putting money into that downtownish area of St. John's. I like the little houses. I think it's more affordable over there too. If you couldn't be in downtown Portland, or you didn't want to be in downtown Portland, but you know, you want to be close enough that you can go down there. It's closer to Forest Park, which is that huge trail system up there, which was epic. I'm like, I have to keep reminding myself, you're in a city. And like I said before, I'm coming from Denver. So, you know, people come here, we're known for outdoor stuff. We don't got no park with 80 miles. Yeah, we have the Platte River you can walk down and dodge homeless people and, you know, and all that. Not all the time. It's not everywhere. It's actually gorgeous down there too. You can ride your bike and stuff, but Portland has the parks. Oh my God. And they don't just got the parks. They got these nature. You know, here's the thing is, kind of it reminded me of, but not necessarily, Tokyo. And not even on this scale, Tokyo, but Tokyo has an ability with, you're talking 40 million in the metropolitan area of Tokyo, to make these green spaces within this highly cemented city, you know, but they'll have these green spaces where they have shrines, they have places to walk. It's quiet, you know, things like that in the middle of, you know, a city of 40 some million people in that whole area. So it kind of gave me a little bit of that vibe. There's so many free things to do, so many free outdoor things to do. And then you leave Portland and you go out into the other areas and you got so much other stuff to do if you want to do more real nature stuff, type of stuff. Epic. Portland is a great city. Only thing is I didn't go to Nob Hill. I went to other areas. It's a city, and it's like any city. It has its issues, you know, just like any city you go to. You're talking cities of 1 million people. Well, they're going to have issues. Portland is definitely a place I personally would look at moving to. I like it. I saw some neighborhoods. I like the people. I like the mix of people. There's a mix of people there, but it's live and let live type of stuff is what I mean, though. There's a mix of people, probably a mix of political views and stuff, and I'm not big into that. I don't want to talk about that all the time. People, that's their whole lives, dude. I'm trying to travel and adventure and live and have some experiences before the curtain falls on my own personal life. I don't want to be caught up in all that. But there's a mix of people, a mix of views. It's a live and let live city. I saw all types of people. I saw all types of people of different persuasions living their lives and no one batting an eye at them. And that's the type of place I want to live, where, so what? Who cares? Hey, how you doing? It's great to meet you, you know, type of stuff. You know, people gave me tons of advice. Like, people just randomly talking. I'd be eating, like, where are you from? Are you from here? You know, just talking to me and like, wow, okay. And told me about places. Oh, you gotta go check this out. You gotta do this. And I'm like, wow, really? and I go check out some of the stuff too. And I recommend going and visiting Portland. It's a very cool city, tons of things to do, tons of things to eat, tons of free, just walking around. It's gorgeous. I like this city. Anyway, I don't even need to spend that much time on Portland. There's not really much for me to say about it. I think it's a great city. I really do. I live in Denver. Denver area. Denver's a great city. Portland's a great city. One strength over Portland, a couple strengths Portland has over Denver, though, I will say. One is their ability to have these huge green spaces, and that also comes down to Portland gets a lot more rain. So when it's green, it is green. Tons of in inner city parks, and then huge parks on the outside, and then, you know, they got all that type of stuff. So I think that's a real strength. And of course, its proximity. It's not really that far from going to the beach or heading up to Astoria or wherever. So you got that, whereas we have the mountains, they have the mountains too. You know, it's that's a little bit, you know, when you throw water into it, that's how it goes, you know, type of thing. But Denver's an awesome city too. So go check out Portland. That's about all I can say on it. There's really not much to say. It's a cool city. Nob Hill, I like St. John's. Nob Hill, St. John's, I think is a little more affordable. Go check them out, especially if you're thinking about moving. Forest Park is a huge trail system in Portland. Go check it out. There's tons of parks. It's all free. Go check it out. Anyway, y'all, this is Frugal Panel. Thank you for watching.